Hello everyone, I'm Evan Horton and we're back with our final episode of the update for 2022. Man, it's been a great school year so far, and with the Christmas break upon us and a new year and new semester about to begin, I wanted to take a moment in this show and review some of the major milestones and focuses of the first half of our school year. So stay tuned. Our system and our board committed to a thorough review and continued enhancements of our school security measures this year. Major Stephen Crook leads the SRO program for the Coweta County Sheriff's Office, and like Sheriff Wood, is a longtime supporter of our schools and the SRO program, and a longtime school resource officer himself. I recently caught up with Major Crook at Arnco Sargent Elementary School to review some of the efforts on the part of our system and law enforcement agencies to ensure the safety of our schools and our students. So Major, tell me, how long have you been with the Sheriff's Department?
31 and a half years.
So you said you were going to tell me like a kid, 31 and a half. We want credit for that half.
That's right. That's like 5 3/4 and 2/8. I want credit for every bit I can get.
That's right. You know, over how many years as a lead over the SRO unit?
Gosh, probably around 25 or 26.
Wow, so almost your whole career you've been over the SRO unit. How have you seen the role of the SRO evolve in those years?
Oh my gosh, originally it was just 2 DARE officers that taught DARE in the elementary schools. And then it evolved into the middle schools and the high schools, and now where we're at now, which we're pretty much the largest unit at the Sheriff's Office with 22 SROs.
Wow, 22 SROs, and we were one of the first school systems in the state, if I remember correctly, to have an SRO in every school.
I believe that is correct. Yes, sir.
And we do a lot of work together. Of course, you know, one of the things that we have always said and we pride ourselves on is the closeness of the relationship between the Sheriff's Department and the school system. Can you talk about how we've gone about building that relationship over the years?
Well, you know, I think it's just kind of evolved. You know, the superintendents in past, all the way back from Richard Brooks on up, have just been very receptive to law enforcement. You've always been a big proponent of law enforcement, and we appreciate all that you've done and helped us out with. And we've just had, like you said, just a good working relationship. I can pick up the phone and call you. You can pick up the phone and call me, and we can work things out.
That's right, and it's very beneficial to ultimately to our kids and to our staff members, no doubt.
Oh yes, sir.
No doubt.
Yes,
you know, this fall we've done some training together, both at East Coweta High School and at Bass Middle School. Tell everyone a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, the training at East Coweta High School was predominantly just for the school resource officer unit, and so that was again active shooter training, where we try to make it as realistic as possible. I know you videoed some of it. We had some video footage of that you've shown. To just because in reality, if God forbid anything like that ever happened, you've got to be ready. You can't be thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? You've got to address the situation, and you've got to address it as quickly as possible, because that's what saves lives. And then the Blake Bass, that was actually patrol. That was basically the school system helping out the Sheriff's Office, being able to use one of the schools to actually do another active shooter event with our patrol unit. Because, I mean, let's be honest, the school setting, we try to do them in different places. I'll just say active shooters can happen at businesses, in any part of facet of life. But obviously we want to keep, as you do, the schools as safe as possible. And with the school system being so large and having so many schools of so different layouts of the property, it's really good to train at the schools to be prepared to, in the event something like that would ever occur.
Well, like I've told you before, I want your guys training as often as they can in our buildings. It only serves to help keep us safer. And just thank you for all that you've done to help keep our kids and staff safe over the years, and look forward to seeing how the relationship between the Sheriff's Department and the school system continues to evolve.
You know, I think, you hear stories. You hear stories of a lot of other school systems and the way things are between them and law enforcement and the rifts back and forth. And it has been a true pleasure. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. It has been a true pleasure to work with you and to work with the school system up to this point, because we can talk it out. We can make things happen. We are doing things to make the staff and the students and just everyone safer in the school system.
And that's one of the many things that makes Coweta County's a success and makes it successful. So, Major Crook, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Another major focus of our school system is, as always, student achievement and helping students succeed through high school and beyond. A growing part of that is a relatively new approach, commonly referred to as High School Graduation Option B. High School Graduation Option B offers qualified students a unique path to high school graduation. Students can choose to simultaneously earn a high school diploma and a college associate's degree, technical diploma, or 2 technical certificates of credit in a specific career pathway. Many of the required high school courses under Option B may be taken under the state-funded dual enrollment program. And so this approach complements and builds upon our successes here in Coweta at the Central Educational Center and offers students a wide variety of non-traditional options like dual enrollment post-secondary classes while in high school. I met recently with Larry Alford, a manager with Georgia Tech's Georgia Manufacturing Extension Partnership at our own CEC, and discovered a great program that's gaining traction. And Larry, what better place to talk about dual enrollment option B than a high-tech facility such as this? If you don't mind, please help me understand where we are and what we're doing.
So yes, Evan, we're in the middle of the machine tool lab here at the Central Educational Center, where we have a real array of equipment, both manual and automated. Equipment that's going to help the students gain some basic skills in machining, metalworking, tool and die, a lot of skills that are in high demand with our manufacturers.
Great. Tell us about the benefits of option B to our students, families, and the community.
Well, the most important benefit is accelerating the filling of a pipeline of talent in the maintenance and technical areas, which is so large, it really can't even be adequately established. Every manufacturer I know is in the need of maintenance talent, and they're just having a very difficult time finding it. So why not use the high school years as a time through dual enrollment where students can get the kind of skills that are needed and they can go to work at age 18 and start filling these needs.
Larry, are we seeing growth in participation option B throughout this region in the state?
Well, there's tremendous interest. This year for our apprenticeship program, we have over 15 apprenticeship positions open. And so that's actually the highest number we've ever had of companies coming and saying that they want to engage with high school students and to offer them the opportunity to work with them as apprentices.
And how does Coweta compare?
All of those jobs are available to Coweta County students.
Awesome, awesome. Students and families are just now really becoming aware. What are your thoughts on how we can increase that awareness for students and families?
Well, the main thing we think is we have to educate the parents on the opportunities that exist. I know, speaking for manufacturing, in a lot of cases, moms and dads worry about the environment that their children are going to be in. And I think we can illustrate that modern manufacturing is clean, safe, and exciting. And the level of investment in new equipment, technology that the companies are investing is ensuring that if they train for these positions, they're going to have an awesome career, beginning at age 18 and lasting for 40, 50 years.
And Larry, as more and more students and families have become aware of option B, I got to ask, has there been any discussion of changing the name?
Oh, I think we'd all like to maybe call this option A+.
That's right.
Because for students, certainly those that are preparing to go to college, we need those students to continue down that track. But what we know is the shortage of open positions. The positions that cannot be filled right now are the ones that the students can train for as part of option B.
Larry, thank you for being with us today, and thank you for helping us to better understand what dual enrollment option B is and how it can better benefit our students, our families, and our communities.
Thank you, Evan. It's a pleasure being with you today.
Hope you have a happy holiday.
Thank you, you too.
We began this semester with a feeling of a return to normal for our schools and our community, after a couple of tumultuous years for all of us. While that is true, we aren't entirely there yet, as work continues on the new Noonan High School, damaged in last year's tornado. I caught up with Noonan teachers Brandavius Mann and Lynn Harshbarger recently. Coach Mann teaches at the Noonan High School campus on LaGrange Street, and Ms. Harshbarger at the Noonan High School Cougar Village, located temporarily at the CEC campus. We found that our teachers and students are making great progress in spite of unusual circumstances. Ms. Harshbarger, thank you for allowing us to visit your classroom today.
Yes, absolutely. We're glad to have you here.
And Lynn, we're here in your classroom today, and of course, being over here at Cougar Village, there have been some unique challenges, but not necessarily unique to you. Tell us about that.
Our experience at, my experience at Cougar Village has been very unique. We've learned a lot this year. We've learned a lot in the last 2 years here at Cougar Village, how to navigate through very difficult times. And it was not easy at first, but I think as educators, as teachers, we all like having a plan. We all like doing things with a plan. And at Cougar Village, whenever Cougar Village came about last year, even though we did have a plan, some things didn't always go accordingly. So we adjust from time to time, and this year has been absolutely fantastic compared to last year, because we have our plans in place, our policies in place that have made it much easier for teachers to really deal with classroom management, the campus, and everything.
Yeah, of course, moving a whole campus, there are a lot of adjustments that people just don't even realize that have to occur. And you draw on a little bit of personal experience. Tell us about that personal experience you have.
Okay, well, I actually, being from the coast of Mississippi, I had to experience Hurricane Katrina, where it completely flattened out the coast of Mississippi in my hometown and where I went to high school. And so I actually went to school in trailers as well. So going into this experience, I felt as though I knew it would be hard. I knew it would be hard and tough for our faculty and students, the families in Noonan. But I also knew that we would all get through it. I knew that the students are resilient, will be resilient, and the families are resilient, and that if we, just come together as one, that we could definitely get through all of the hardship here. So.
And Brandavius, of course, you're over at Noonan High School in the construction zone. How's it going over there?
It's taken some adjusting, but we're getting there. It's tough and it has its challenges, but one of the most awesome things is to just see it happening. In the aftermath of the tornado and everything, it was tough to get up and come to work, to be honest with you, just because you didn't have a vision or you didn't see what was happening. But being able to see the things coming up and the building assembled, it's been big, and it's a motivator to keep coming up every day.
You know, Brandavius, it took us a while to get to this point where we're finally seeing progress. How exciting is it for you to see those buildings coming out of the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, we had a long staff meeting when we were talking about the new building and some of the things that teachers would like. And a comment was made by a teacher that essentially what I said, it's tough without seeing a plan. And one of the things as soon as the blueprint and things came out, we posted that so we could see what we were working towards. And that was a big difference maker for us.
What's a normal school day been like? Things back to normal in the construction zone?
Yeah. We have the challenges that you would expect at any other school. The kids have adapted. The teachers have adapted. And we've put measures in place to make it the most normal experience for our students.
Yeah. Looking back on the last 18 or so months, how do you feel? I mean, do you feel a sense of pride over what you've gone through and where you are today?
Oh, absolutely. It's a great motivator, and I think it's just having these conversations with other people, and it's something positive, just a positive outlook I think people have had just from seeing everything take place. It's been really awesome. And I know just coming over here today, seeing some people as I walk through campus, like I'm excited for when we are all back together and in one building.
I think that that's a big part of it, is that we are all looking forward to the future, which gives us hope. I think that's really what I meant to say with all of our students and faculty. I think when we see a new structure go up every time at the new gym, we can drive up to campus and see it go up. It gives us that hope because we can physically see it, and which in itself makes us feel better about the situation that we're in.
So, fast forward, first day of pre-planning, August of 2024. What are you going to be feeling?
I think that it is just going to be an overwhelming feeling of just happiness, but that we did it, that we got through it. I'm looking for the right word for that, but I'm sure you know what I mean. We're going to feel like we finally overcame all of this hardship.
I'm pumped. I'm excited to go get with my fellow coworkers and friends and family, if you want to be honest. The big thing that I keep thinking, it's going to be like a family reunion almost, having everybody together.
Once again, thank you for allowing us to be here today, and it has been wonderful to hear both of your perspectives on the fall semester and how things have been going. Hope each of you have a happy holiday.
Thank you.
I appreciate their commitment to their students and for everything our 3,000 employees do for the students of Coweta County. Our Board of Education met on December 13th. Let's go briefly to CCS TV News to highlight that and a few other end-of-year items.
For a CCS TV Coweta County Schools News Brief, I'm Dawn Revere from the Central Educational Center.
And I'm Josh Johnson from Northgate High. A look ahead at the Coweta County School System calendar. But first,
at their December 13th Board of Education meeting, the Coweta County School Board approved a memorandum of understanding with the Coweta County Development Authority and County Commission for the Freyr Battery Plant project announced recently for development in Coweta County.
Approval is requested to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Coweta County Development Authority and the Coweta County Board of Commissioners regarding the recently announced Freyr Battery Project, also known as Project Nova. Copy of the MOU is attached. Board members, I'll mention a couple of things related to the MOU. This MOU outlines the scope of the Freyr Battery Project, which is estimated to be in the $2.6, $2.7 billion range. This MOU also outlines the incentives or inducements that were offered by the Development Authority for this project, the length of those incentives or inducements. The system will continue to receive revenue as part of the agreement that is in place. And there is no obligation on the part of the school system related to bonds issued for this project. All of that is included in the MOU. So, Madam Chair, I recommend approval.
Freyr selected Coweta over a number of competitor sites nationwide for their Giga America lithium battery facility. Over the life of the project, Freyr and its partners expect to create more than 720 highly skilled jobs at the Coweta County plant.
also at their December board meeting, the board recognized several teachers and schools for statewide honors.
The Georgia EdTech Conference Rising Star Educator Award is intended to recognize
Social Studies teacher Christy Thompson of Coweta County's Empower Online program was recognized for her honor as a Georgia Educational Tech Conference Rising Star. The Georgia Council for Social Studies also recognized Madras Middle with their Social Studies Program of Excellence Award. Blake Bass history teacher Ashley Dawson was recognized with the GCSS Gwen Hutchison Outstanding Educator Award. And Coweta County School System Social Studies Content Specialist Phil Sykes was recognized by the organization with the GCSS Outstanding Social Studies Leader Award. The Coweta County Board of Education meets again on Tuesday, January 10th.
Following the end of the Coweta County School System's first semester on Friday, December 16th, the school system observes this year's Christmas and New Year's break. Teachers will return for a planning day on Monday, January 2nd, and students will return Tuesday, January 3rd in the new year. Schools also observe the Martin Luther King holiday on Monday, January 16th. On January 24th, the Nixon Center for Performing and Visual Arts presents Highwaymen Show, Great American Outlaws, a tribute to the music of Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, and Chris Christopherson. Tickets are $20, $15 for senior citizens, and can be purchased at the Nixon Center website. To see more upcoming events, go to www.thenixoncenter.net.
Thank you so much for joining us. CCS TV Weekly will return in the new year to bring you stories from the Coweta County school system. We both wish you a happy and restful holiday break. Now back to Superintendent Evan Horton to close out this update.
And finally, a new year brings us to new beginnings and new additions to our school board. In January, CCS TV will bring you a profile of our Coweta County Board of Education. We'll give you a preview of that with an interview segment with new school board member Rob Dubose.
So, one of the most important roles is to be a champion. Be a champion for our schools. Make sure that when people come in from the outside, that our school has its best face on. That people from outside the district, whether it's, across Georgia or any place in the United States, when they're looking for a place to relocate to in the Atlanta metro area, we want our schools to be the shining star of the Atlanta metro area. It's time that we take that next step into the top tier, the elite school systems in the state. What do we need to do to get that extra 3-4% to be at the 93%, 94%, maybe even the 95% graduation rates with our students? I want to see us there.
Thanks to our board members, teachers, employees, and families, and most of all our students, for a great semester. From the Coweta County School System, I'm Superintendent Evan Horton, wishing you and yours a happy holiday and a New Year's break. I look forward to everyone coming back together at school in 2023, ready to take on the new semester. Folks, I encourage you, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. The more people we can reach, the more we can get the word out about the great stories that are going on in the Coweta County school system. That YouTube channel is CCS-TV.